a lovely painting, two ladies on a branch, and I'm going to put fabric on it. So first I'll establish where I'm putting what fabric. See, we have the painting here on wood. I'm going to set out the fabric and, like pieces of um, magazine, so paper and fabric, and then I will stick it on, right? So it's acrylic on board, and I'm going to just fix where I'm going to place everything. For example, I got this paper from a magazine, a glass, so she's holding a glass. Let's put that here, all right? And they're having a meal. So even though I painted the acrylic on board, I'm going to see where I'll put the meals. I have different meals that I could put in place here. I might just cut this a little more so that it will fit nicely in place. So this is one meal here. The other one a bit big for the plate, so let me cut it a little so it will fit in the plate right here. And then this one is a big salad, so let's cut it a little more so that it fits in the plate. There we go. Right. Okay, so we have some greens that we can put in place. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, in terms of the clothing and the jewelry, I want to actually have a sit with a lace dress. So I started trimming the ends of this, and I'm going to stick it in place like this, right? So she has a black lace skirt, a hat, right? Because these are ladies living the soft life. So we have this lovely hat. And then for her blouse, I'm going to use some lace trim. So I started cutting the lace trim. I might have to, let's see, put it in this direction. That's it. And for here, we have the lace trim. Maybe this piece here, and then I can cut here and just trim it, make it a little narrower. I'll put that piece here, so I'll cut it. That's it. And let me make the end a bit rounder for the elbow, just for the elbow. Okay. To be sure that this part here, for the waistline, so I'll cut off that end, just trim it a little. And I'll trim this up here. Okay. Now I have this old hat with lots of lovely jewels. I have rescued one or two of them, and I am going to put the jewels here. So she'll have some lovely jewelry. Now on the other side, see, after I fix her clothes, then I'm going to actually put some trim on the table. On the table, so we have a lace tablecloth, but I'm going to put it after. I'm going to put the lace trim after I stick the trim on the lady's clothing. And then, you know, so it doesn't compete with her clothing, but it just sort of folds over the dress at this end. And then in this corner, I will just put a little piece of lace trim, right? So as we stick these on, so I'll stick the women's clothes and jewelry first, and then after put the lace trim on the table. Now this lady here, I could see her wearing a fascinator, and I have this piece of lace that I could use to make her dress more stylish. So let's see how we can clip this. I will actually use the edge and drape it in this direction. Right? I just have to cut off the excess. So I will trim around this way, removing the excess fabric. Let's see, although it's a bit crinkled, but that could work for us because she's seated, so it's a natural crinkle. And then I'll cut it in this direction, right? So snip, snip, snip. All right. Yes. So this will work well. I'll just glue it in place. And the top part, of course, the top part of the dress, I'm going to cut that same shape here to stick on. So let's see, how are we going to trim to get the shape in place. While I'm trimming this last part here, I think I will heat up the glue gun so that it is ready to stick the fabric. Right, so we have here, I'm just clipping the shape around her arm so that it will stick neatly into place. So there we have it. Okay. New dress. And then, how about a fascinator and some jewels around the neck and some earrings? How about that? So I have this fabric, which is full of gold dots. And then I also have the hat. So which one matches better with the bear shrimp? Maybe gold. Maybe the gold goes better. What do you guys think? Should I use the gold for this one or the diamantes? I think I'll go with the gold. So let's see. Can I give her a necklace? I have, if I use this piece of fabric, maybe I could give her a necklace and stick on the hanging earrings, you know, just stick on a piece here and there. So let's see what a necklace could look like. If I cut this fabric, I'm not sure how many dots I need for a necklace. I have to try it out. Oh, not many. Not many at all. So, yes, a nice choker necklace. Yeah, that's looking good. And then we could put 3 strands here and 2 strands here. Let's see how it looks. 3 and 4. Maybe 3 and 4. Let's cut this. So we have 3 dots here. And I will confuse the look. So maybe on this side. That's it. So we have the choker necklace. All right. And then a fascinator. Now I have for the fascinator either black or white. What do you guys think? Or should I put both? Or is that too much? A black fascinator might do it well. Since she has the gold jewelry. We already put a lot of black and white on this side. But I'm thinking a black fascinator. What do you guys think? I'm not sure. But I have some pieces of that could work as a fascinator. I don't want to fold it too much because I'm using glue. And sometimes the glue is tricky, so maybe I will just cut it flat into some sort of shape. And we go over the top, maybe in this direction. So for the black fascinator, shape and how tall, that's what I want to know. But maybe not too tall. Let's see, maybe about this height. going to heat up the glue gun so I can get started once I cut the fabric into place. And what direction should I put? Fascinating. All right, so splendid headgear and just some interesting pieces, really. I'm going to trim this tablecloth a little bit on the side here, and then also trim around this part here. So we could get the round part. Yes, just trimming the edges a little. All right. So let's see if the glue is ready. And we can get started. We could stick on the food. We can stick on some food. We can stick on the lady on the right, her clothing. Right? Clothing, food, hat, etc. This is fun. Okay, so let's stick on some of the food here to start, because the glue is hot. You try and stick the ends. All right, so we have this plate here. We have a little bowl of some vegetables. Yes. Oh, looking great already. A nice dish of veg and salad. Yes. Now this artwork is called Manque fourchette. It's French patois from Manque à fourchette. So it's like Sunday afternoon, lunch, or actually leaving some food after a big Sunday lunch. Maybe you'll have this at the end of the evening. So leftovers, Manque fourchette. But they're eating in style. Okay, because it's Sunday after all. So they're wearing their Sunday best. I'm going to stick this here on the hat, just for hat shape. And then for the actual hat itself, we're going to put it like this. Yes. Okay, she has a lovely hat. Sunday afternoon. So let's put some glue all around so that it stays in place. It doesn't move. I may have to heat up the glue gun some more. And then when I finish, I am going to remove the excess glue strands. That always happens with this glue. Alright, so here we go. We're putting her hat in place. And she looks lovely. Right? Lovely hat. Stuck into place. When you finish, we're going to remove excess glue that just seems to be hanging around. Now, let's stick on her lace sleeves. This round fits well. Her lace sleeves. So we put some glue and stick on the lace sleeves. Isn't this fun? Well, it was fun doing the painting, and now sticking on some lace clothing is fun too. Right, so we have the top sleeve, we'll do the bottom sleeve, and then I might heat up the glue gun a little more because the glue is getting really tacky. So I think it needs some more heat. But, you know, in this fabric, the lace is going to stay with the glue. Right, so we have one sleeve in place, and I'll do the next sleeve. Looking great already. I'm going to have to put in her jewelry there. So let me heat up the glue a little more and then come back. Let's go next. Right, our glue gun is ready. So now we are going to stick on the next sleeve. Yes. So let's put some glue there. It's not easy to clean with this glue. It's very tacky. Sticky, sticky, sticky. But that's what we want. We want the glue to stick on our material. Lots of extra strands. Alright, so here we go. We have the next sleeve. We're going to stick it into place. Right. There we go. And now we'll stick on her skirt. I kind of cut it into shape so that it stays where it's supposed to stay. So the waistline, you know, the edge by the chair. Right. So key points that I'd like to stay in place. The bottom of the skirt, All right. And the point near the table, of course. So all the edges really, and then one part in the middle. So let's try and stick that on and see how we go. And it seems to me that glue is dried already. Oh, that's presenting a bit of a challenge. Let's see if we could get some wet glue there. The glue dried up so fast that our fabric is not sticking. Can you imagine? All right, so let's put some on the board itself. So I'm working with board. I did an acrylic painting on a wooden surface. And now I'm sticking fabric to highlight the work. Create a nice collage. There we go. Imagine I put the glue on and it dried immediately. So I should have thought about this before, just putting the glue on the board bit by bit. Yeah, that's what I have to do to get it to stay in place. Well, the skirt is flowing over the edge of the chair, so it looks natural. Yes, it does. And it looks like my glue is dry already. So I am going to have to heat it up some more and come back. Yes, but it's coming along. I might put, it's coming along. So I am going to actually attach some jewels with fresh glue. And I pick, it's not shining the way the jewel is supposed to shine. Maybe I'll pick another one. I'm just recycling some jewels from this hat because I'm not going to use it anymore. But the jewels are good for art projects. Let me pull one off the hat. We want one that's really shiny. This one looks shiny. So I'm going to put a little, maybe I'll put a dab of glue on the board. Yes. And then put a jewel on top of it. That's what we're going to do. To be sure that it stays. I see some extra threads there. See if I can trim them away. Why are you there, threads? Why? Okay. But our food is well stuck on. So, I put on the jewels, then I'm going to stick on the lace trim of the tablecloth. So it actually falls over her dress. That looks more natural, doesn't it? Yes. But like we did with the clothing, I think it's best to put the glue on the board and then press the fabric into it. That is what we are going to do. All right, so jewels, then the lace tablecloth. Let's go. I'm still of two minds for this fascinator. I'm not sure if I can fold it a bit with the glue. We are going to try. Okay, so for the jewels, for our jewels here, let us put the glue on the board and then stick on the jewels. So, some glue on the board, and then we will stick on our jewels. One here, and one there. Right, so those are nice jewels. And then for the tablecloth, we are going to put some points here on the board where we want to stick our tablecloth, all along here, right? And then we will put our fabric. So hopefully that will stick better. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Yeah, I will just put a little more on the edge of this tablecloth here. And then that should be it. Eh? The tablecloth is draping nicely over her skirt. This tablecloth. I'm going to put a little more glue on this end here. Right, and there we have it. Now we'll do the same thing with the dress. For the blouse, we'll put some glue on the board, on the edges, and then one dab in the middle. We have already cut our lace trim, so we'll just stick it in place. Right? Anything extra glue, we'll have to remove it. Now at the top, we're missing some glue at the top. So let's see if we can put a little more glue at the top here. Yes, to support the dress. And then we have to heat up some more. Yeah, all the extra glue I have to remove. Alright, there we have it. Now we're going to do the same thing. I need to extract as much as possible when it comes to the glue on the surface. Yes, so we press the fabric into the dot of glue, and then we could mold it, fold it, etc. Bring this up a bit. Yeah. And for pleats, I just got an idea. Put a dab of glue and pleat. It works like a charm. It works like a charm for pleats and folds. Excellent. Can we put the glue a little more? So I'm going to fix this in the jewelry and the fascinator. Seeing that the glue helps with the folds of the fascinator, I can actually fold it some more like so. Yes, so those pleats. That's what I'll do. And then stick on the jewelry. So I'll finish with the skirt and then move on. I have to make sure that the ends stuck in place. All right, the glue should be off. I'm going to put a dab of glue here just to get the end of that dress in place. Glue sticking to my finger. All right, so the ends of the dress. Right, so we need some more glue. I am going to put some more glue here for pleating. You know, so some pleats. Yeah. It looks like we need a little more glue here, and at the top of the dress it's not sticking. It dried up too quickly. So at the top and on this side it's a bit dry. So we're going to put glue here and here, and then for the pleats of the dress. They do dry really quickly. It's not sticking anything, so with the dry glue. And we're going to come back around. I will also secure this lace here. Tighten up the glue sticking. Tighten it up. Here. Need some help here. The pleats. And then the fascinator, of course. Ay, ay, ay. You know that glue is hot. You know that. Okay, so to get our jewels in place, I'm going to put the glue on the board. Then we'll stick our strip of 4 gold dots. And they should stay, they should. There we go. Alright. Now let's go on the edge of the dress. Alright, that's the edge. Now we say we want some pleats. in the middle, and then on the edge. So in the middle, I'm forming some pleats, and then on the edge as well. So there's a fold and a fold. Yeah, let's cut through the anyway. Some extra strands of glue. And now, let's see what we're going to do with our fascinator. Fascinator. Good. So we could try to fold it a few times with the hot glue. Yes. It looks interesting. It's folding. Alright, it's folding. It looks quite interesting. I'm going to put another dab of glue here just to be sure that part stays. And here we have it. Now we're going to clean up excess glue. So here you have it. We call this piece Manque fourchette. Oh, I forgot the glass. Let's put some glue and stick on here a glass of orange juice. How could I forget? A nice tall glass of juice. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So here we have Manque fourchette. So it was acrylic on board and I've stuck fabric on it. What do you guys think? Right, I put some lace for the ladies and some fabric hats, some actual clippings of food, right? We have a lace fascinator, it's fabulous, a lovely yarn hat, lace dresses, and a lace tablecloth. So we've dressed up the painting. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you like Manque fourchette. Join us for our exhibition live this Friday at Arte Bacchanal. Arte Bacchanal, we'll have this painting and many more on display. So we're coming live to you on Friday at 6 p.m. See you then. Take care. This is Manque fourchette.